Hey, what's up everybody? In this video tutorial, we're going to be taking a look at how to create the skids for the helicopter reverse engineering project. So when we take a look at the assembly, we can see that these skids are going to be flat on the ground, but the thing is that the legs that attach the cockpit of the helicopter to the skids, those legs are actually at an angle. So that means we're going to need an angled hole inside of those skids. So if you take a look here, this is what it is we're going to be creating. We can see that those holes are actually drilled in at an angle, okay, into the skid, which is actually pretty simple. I mean, that's just a rectangle that's just going to be extruded. But let's just go ahead and show you how to do this. We're getting you awfully close on this. We're not following anything really mathematical. We're going to get it close. It's not going to be perfect. There's a lot of math that would have to go with it. Center points on how we drill these and so on. But for this, we're just going to be showing you how to get somewhat close and then how you can adjust it if you need to. All right, so with that being said, let's go ahead and create a new part studio with Onshape. And I'm going to create a sketch on my front plane, take a look at the front plane, using my center point rectangle started from the origin. And these are going to require you to have the dimensions, the width, which should be 0.35. Our height on this is going to be 0.17. I'm going to go ahead and green check this, take a look at this in the isometric view, go to extrude, use the profile, and we're going to be bringing this out a distance of 2.13. Green check it, and there we go. Our skid is basically done. Okay, now we got to focus on the holes. So in order to do this, I'm going to come in here and actually turn off the visibility of our work planes, just kind of clean things up. And now what I'm going to do is create a work plane, but the type of work plane we're going to create is going to be a line angle work plane. How this works is you're going to be grabbing this edge right here, okay, and now it's basically asking what angle we want off of the face, and it's going to be sort of hinging on that edge. So the angle we're going to use is going to be a 17-degree angle, and when I green check it, or when I hit the enter key, now we can see how that work plane is at 17 degrees off of that edge, okay, off the face. Okay, so we have our 17-degree work plane, so I'm going to green check it. Now I'm going to use sketch and pick on that plane that we previously created. So I'm going to go ahead and orbit this over just a little bit. I'm going to come in and use circle, and I'm going to track that circle, okay, off of this midpoint. So I'm going to go ahead and just bring this over, draw my circle. That needs to have a diameter of 0.18. I'm going to go ahead and track the same thing, draw my next circle. That needs to have a diameter of 0.18. And then while I'm here, I'm going to use the vertical constraint to vertically align that center point and that center point. Okay, so now that we have that done, now we can start using our dimensions. I'm going to come to this point here and take it to this point, pull this out. That needs to have a dimension of 0.45. And then starting from the same point we did last time, I'm going to take it to this center point, pull this out, and that needs to have a dimension of 1.57. Okay, so it's going to scoot that down. All right, so our two circles are in line. They're at the correct dimensions. They have the correct diameters. Let's go ahead and just green check this. I'm going to orbit this over just a little bit so we can sort of see that those circles are hovering out there. Okay, they're not quite to the face, but you know what? We're pretty close. Let's go ahead and let's use extrude now. I'm going to grab this profile and this profile. I'm going to ask for these to be a remove. And now the distance that we're going to take this in, and our dimensions is shown at like 0.102. I might take it to like 0.105, just give a little bit of depth so we can offset that gap that was between the sketch and the face. And I'm going to go ahead and green check it. And now we can see that those holes have been drilled in at an angle into the skid. Okay, we can turn the visibility off on it. All right, and that's the point when we can go ahead and start attaching our material, changing the color to make it look the way it's supposed to for the skid. So there you go. That's how you drill your angled holes into the skid for the helicopter reverse engineering project.